Just don't provoke me, cause I don't need no cellmates. I'm in a two-seat, doing drops like a mailman. This ain't no hoopty, yeah, she riding, she's a hell yeah. No, I won't lose sleep about no pussy, I'm like farewell. Yeah. I'm outside. I know how it feel to see your homie switch sides. I know how to put that Rolls Royce shit in drive. I know how to load a clip and shoot, we gotta ride. You ain't gotta lie to me, baby, no. You know it's a vibe every time we catch him off sides, he won't make it, no. Money on my mind, I can't get it all.
I've been outside, and I'm here with the team at TruePod, Garfield, New Jersey. Jonathan Hernandez.
We're inside.
You're inside.
Yeah, we're inside.
Damn, just shut him down.
Thought you were outside. Damn.
No, we're inside.
We inside, man, and we're back at it again.
Yeah.
Man, it always seems like it's been a while, man. But I'm happy to be here with you guys. And what are we talking about today, man? It's
My
always
body.
It's always whoa.
Nah. We got a couple topics. We got a couple topics.
What you have in mind?
My body.
Your body. Okay, this is the second time.
No.
Proceed. What you feel? How you feeling? How you feeling, John?
I'm feeling
What
fine.
part of your body do you want to speak of?
So
Lower back.
no, we can't get into that right now.
All right, cool. So,
What you mean the lower back?
you know, John is one of those that likes to like start shit until we start shit. So,
man.
Fuck you mean by that? That's weird.
he wants to talk about his body. So let's talk about your body.
No. Let's not talk about
Okay,
my body.
exactly. That's what I mean.
Gets the ball rolling and shit.
That's what I mean.
Nah. Actually, I woke up with estimated tax payments on my mind.
Estimated tax payments. I mean,
Yeah, crazy, right?
What do you mean? I thought the IRS wants exact numbers. What's an estimated?
They want exact numbers, but estimated tax payments is.
I literally thought he was gonna say I woke up with high estrogen. I was like, that's real weird.
No.
But proceed. Estimated tax.
No, because I knew we were shooting today, so I'm like, what's a couple topics we're gonna talk about, and I like to pay my bill at the end, one shot.
Me too.
But
What do you mean? Wait. What do you mean? You like to pay your bill in one shot at the end? And what benefits does that even entitle you to?
well, it's good if you want to use the money for cash flow, knowing if you're going to go ahead and not fuck it up. So let's say your bill's $50,000 to the IRS, and you want to use that money to like flip it somehow. Let's say you bought a property and you flipped it and you made $80,000 on it. Then okay, great, But that's really the $50,000 is really IRS's money that you got to pay at the end of the year.
Oh, so you basically hold out.
Yeah, you hold out paying them quarterly. So the IRS gives you an option to say, hey, you should pay us. Okay, so
Backtrack.
Why do I feel like some people would so mess up on that?
No. So they do. So check this out. Let's say you owe $50,000. We're gonna use the number 50.
Actually, I like for you to start from the beginning. Right.
Okay. He worked. He did push-ups. He earned money.
Oh, man.
No. So let's start from the beginning. Let's not confuse those that are just new to this world.
Yeah.
You are doing your taxes. Say, I come to you. Hey, John.
Hi, Kenneth.
Hi, can you do my taxes? I have no receipts.
You're Dominican. Can't. Sorry.
So I
Yeah.
I can you do my taxes?
Yeah. Not a problem. All right. Yeah. So I'm actually done with your taxes. So in order to pay me, I got Zelle.
All right, so let's start from there. Do my taxes.
Yep.
I have a tax bill.
Okay.
I owe taxes.
Hey, Kenny. Here's your options. Okay.
Oh man.
I don't know what's your financial situation right now.
I'm broke.
Right? But let me ask you a question. Now that you owe this $20,000, okay? Did you make quarterly payments during the tax year? Yes or no?
No, I don't even know what that is.
All right, great. So this is what quarterly payments are, and you're going to see it on your new taxes. Quarterly payments. See this $20,000?
Mm-hmm.
The IRS is giving you an option to pay it every 3 months in advance, like a layaway plan. Consider the estimated taxes like a layaway plan for next year's bill, okay? So let me take your situation and throw it in 2023. Ken, my software is estimating based on your tax situation that you already gave me that next year you will owe 20 grand.
Okay.
Here are 4 slips. Each slip is for 3 months. Each slip is going to be divided evenly, 20,000 divided by 4, and you will send that slip in with the payment. And that is going to prepay your bill in advance, 1 quarter of it. There's 3 more quarters now.
Now, question. Let's fast forward. So
Yeah.
I grabbed those 4 slips.
Yeah.
I send my payment.
By the way, you don't need the slips. You can go ahead and go right online.
Online.
And make an estimated tax payment, which is 10 times faster as well as more secure. Literally go to irspayments.gov or IRS Payments, click on ACH debit or direct pay, and you choose the option, and it'll say estimated tax payments. And you click it, and you pay it, and it's going to prepay your next year's bill right now.
Cool. So let's do this. I'm gonna forward to next year.
Yeah.
I made 4 payments, $5,000 each. I prepaid $20,000.
Yeah.
I come back to you. Hey, John, great year. I did what you told me. I made
And we're talking about the 2023 tax year.
exactly.
Now, right?
So
Okay.
So I come to you. We're next year. We're in April.
Yeah.
Hey, John, I did what you told me. I made 4 payments, $5,000. I prepaid $20,000.
Yeah.
Can you do my taxes?
100%. So here's the good thing, Ken. Because you paid your payments in advance and because you owe exactly what you already paid, you don't have nothing to pay in taxes. Even though my system shows 20, you already paid 20.
Got it.
So you know what? You're washed even.
So stop right there.
Okay.
If I come now and say, hey, John, I had a great year.
Uh-huh.
Last year, my prepayment estimate was $20,000. I made a little bit more money.
Okay.
I probably will owe this year $30,000.
Okay. So here's the good thing, Ken. In my system, after doing your 2023 taxes, you owe 30 grand. But you already made $20,000 in estimated tax payments. So you know what? That first $20,000 is off your tax bill. You now owe only $10,000.
Cool. So now if I grab that 10, I will only owe, say, well, if I pay before the deadline.
Correct. So that leftover $10,000, if it is before April 15th, there is no penalties and interest if you pay the remainder balance of the $10,000. But anything after April 15th or the date that the IRS gives, because in the last couple of years they changed it, if you go ahead and you pay it before, you're good. You avoid all interest and penalties. Anything after, you will begin to acquire penalties and interest. And it's a fixed rate based on how much you owe.
Okay.
Okay.
So my previous tax guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
He would tell me, hey, Ken, file an extension
Mm-hmm.
to avoid penalties.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? And I have, based on what he would tell me, I have until October to file.
Right.
What does that mean? How does that help or not help me?
Well, the extension is going to give you more time to file so you can get your paperwork together so you can get the right numbers in place so you can pay the right tax bill. But you will avoid penalties. You will not avoid interest.
Got it.
Because the IRS is not going to say, yo, dude, thank you for holding my money that you were supposed to give me. You, the one who really got to figure it out. I will avoid penalty because you filed the extension, but I'm not avoiding interest because the money was already due.
Cool.
You can't avoid interest. You can avoid the penalty if you file the extension. And that's the purpose for filing extensions, to avoid all penalties.
Now, this is where it comes down to preference. So I'm going to get away from
Right.
novice taxpayer to professional tax preparer. There is those that like to hold their money
Yeah.
for many reasons, for operating costs.
Most of it is for personal reasons.
Personal
They don't
reasons.
like to see their bank account go down because, nobody likes to see their bank account go down.
So there's the preference of, and I know you've done both. So it comes down to preference. Either you want to hold $20,000 for operating expenses or reinvesting. Hopefully those 20 can help you generate additional money, or you just prepay it.
I think so. So let me give you an example. When I was growing the company, right, and I was still working a 9 to 5, I was making pretty good money with the company, and obviously we had the choice to pay estimated tax payments, and I didn't. I didn't. And, you know, when I made the payment in full, you know, I owed interest and penalty. You know, I would pay like extra $6-7 grand. It sounds stupid, but fucking thank God, bro, I did that.
So you were managing.
You know why?
You were managing those monies with the thought that you were gonna have to pay an interest, but that money was serving you for a purpose.
Yeah, but you know what it did? I had lost my dad, my job, and my home.
Wow, man.
In 3 business days, and the money that I had sitting was from taxes.
Wow.
So it held me for 6 months while I went on welfare. Believe it or not, I think I was 28, bro, when I went on welfare. But I had reserve from taxes sitting. Some of that was IRS money. Some of that, meaning like the taxes that I had to pay, and some of it was profit. But thank God I held it, and I didn't make estimated tax payments, because you can't go to the IRS after making an estimated tax payment and say, hey, I lost my job, give me my money back. You know what I'm saying?
I was only kidding.
So look at, you know, there's pros and cons. And I think early on in my career, when I needed more liquidity on hand because of uncertainty, I think it was best for me to hold the money and then pay them at the end of the year, or go on a payment plan if I didn't have the full amount of money to pay them. So, you know, let's say I owed the IRS $20,000 and I needed it to survive, and I blew right through it. It doesn't mean I'm going to jail. I just owe, and they give you the option to go on a payment plan. The payment plan is very simple for everyone listening. If you owe the IRS $10,000 or $1,000 or $6,000 or $72,000, they give you the option to pay them monthly. And the lowest cost that you can pay them is the total amount that you owe divided by 72 months.
Okay, so it's a 3-year.
No, 6-year.
72. Oh, that's right. 36. 36. Okay.
So they take the total amount that you owe and they divide it by 6 years. And that will be the lowest payment that you could pay. Yes, it will have additional interest, but they love to do that because they know they're going to make more.
Correct.
That's why the option's there. You understand?
I understand.
And it brings in more revenue. The IRS is not a tax collecting service. They're called the Internal Revenue Service.
Yo, show me the money!
Their product, their product is taxes.
Okay.
But their name of the company is Internal Revenue Service.
Yeah, so in that case, you know, and I actually had a conversation with a client like 2 days ago where he came across some tax issues, and it comes down to not responding. Look, if you respond to the IRS, which they would never call, FYI, no one knows.
The IRS will never call you or ever email you.
Wow.
So if they keep sending you these letters via mail, respond.
Yeah, sometimes these letters being sent are they look like they're from the IRS.
Yo, but you know what? There's fake letters going out too.
They are.
There's fake letters going out.
Fake, so
but
you
here's
gotta
the cool
watch it,
thing.
huh?
Here's the cool thing. You know, a lot of times, if you look at it, it will just say the Internal Revenue Service with no address. You understand?
So it's like it's the devil's in the details sort of thing, right?
Yeah, which sucks because if you're an older person, and
yeah, man, I'm talking
or
about
even somebody who just doesn't care for the IRS.
Just call me.
Yeah.
Call Kenny.
You know what? No. He's right. Worst case scenario, if you ever get a letter in the mail that you think is fraudulent as well, hey, feel safe to call a tax preparer. And if you don't feel like that tax preparer is giving you a solid answer, guess what? There's millions and more tax preparers out there before you find the one that you feel confident about.
I still do, like everyone else that has a grandparent or a parent that doesn't speak
The
English
abuelos.
language, right? That you read their mail.
Yeah.
I still do this for all my clients. I just get random pictures
Sent to
my text. Hey,
Oh,
and I
you know
read
what's
it.
this?
You know what this? and mind you, they're like, you know, pretty young, savvy. I still feel like I'm speaking to my grandparents.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I'd rather do if I had
But
someone
you
like
see
me,
it all the time. That's
exactly.
why.
If I have someone like me on my phone, I'm going to call. Hey, can you take a look? Because I'd rather be 100% sure than send my money to
somebody that's just waiting to rob
exactly
you.
way to rob me. So definitely just reach out to Kenny or your tax guy, and they should be able to help. In the event of back to what we were speaking of, so there's two. there is prepayment. I know at one point you preferred holding your money.
Yeah.
Now. So before I forget.
Yeah.
You have a client, right? They say, hey.
But real quick, getting back to the estimated tax payments, I still don't have to pay it quarterly as long as I pay it in some sort of quarter. So let's say.
Explain that.
All right. So let's say I have 4 slips and I'm supposed to pay quarterly. You're not penalized for not paying it quarterly if you pay the whole thing in one quarter.
Okay.
So here's an example. I just told him in the car I'm going to make a payment on my whole entire year, December 1st. I didn't make a payment in March. I didn't make a payment in June, and I didn't make a payment in September. They didn't penalize me for that.
They wait till the end of the year.
After April 15th, if I carried it over, then I'll get penalized and interest if I didn't file an extension.
Okay.
The prepaid.
So I'm paying it really all in full, but still within one of the quarters.
Okay, so you basically paid all the previous quarters in that one last
There
quarter.
you go. There you go.
Didn't carry over to the April
Yep,
to
there you
be
go.
penalized.
Correct.
That whole quarter thing, or even the slips, that's more just to help those typically business are operate in quarters. So that's just more to help and keep you organized. But like John said, John never made a payment this year. He's gonna make a full payment December 1st. So the goal is for you to prepay. Does not matter when, as long as
you also got to understand that, if you're a business and you have certain dates where you want all your money collected by, you want to have people in their best practice. So the IRS wants all their money by April 15th.
Yeah.
That's it. They want their money. Why? They got their own budgets too. They got their own budgets. So, wouldn't you want all your money by April 15th?
Yeah, and like Kenny just mentioned too, is it's a lot of these businesses, they operate quarterly, like your quarterly revenue, your quarterly, so it
100%.
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So estimated tax payments are, I think, very, very important for every person who will owe, because a lot of people actually wind up owing, not even knowing that they were supposed to owe, and that happens with a lot of people who play with their exemptions and deductions. It's cool.
We got Oz back in the building behind the scenes.
Duck next time.
That was behind the scenes.
So, no, don't worry.
It's all good.
But a lot of people, so look here's an example. If you're not self-employed and you still owe, let's say you were on the W-2.
Okay.
And you were playing with your exemptions where you put single 10 and you was keeping more of a paycheck up front.
That's wild.
And let's say you make $100,000. Now you wind up owing the IRS $10,000, $13,000, right? Even though you're on a W-2. And then they come to us all the time and say, I don't get it. Why do I owe? And we go just like this. Box number 2 of your W-2 is supposed to say $17,120 that you made. You paid $2,000.
Oh, man.
All right?
Actually, even more.
You owe.
Right? So you owe. Mm-hmm. And that's how they wind up. And those are more hurtful for those people. Why? Because most of them don't got $15,000 put away to go ahead and pay it. At the same time, they never gonna get another refund until that 15's paid.
And they're on a W-2, so there's no write-offs, there's no expenses.
Yeah, I was gonna say
they can't do nothing. There's nothing to help them.
There's nothing to help them.
So here's the catch about those, man. Let's say that person owes $15,000 now. He doesn't have the $15,000. He goes on a payment plan, right? He pays $400 a month.
According to the 72-month.
Yeah. So he goes, man, I'm broke. I don't have that money. I didn't know. My friend at work told me that I could have more of a paycheck if I switched it to single 10. Damn, he's an asshole. This is like real conversations that happen. Damn, he's an asshole. And I go, I hear you, but there's nothing you can do. Payroll did nothing wrong, okay? You need to go on a payment plan. They go on a payment plan.
It's not so bad.
It gets worse. And you're like, how? You know why? Because when he files next year's taxes, because he didn't pay that balance in full yet, they take his whole fucking refund and apply it to the remaining balance.
Oh,
the IRS will not issue you a dollar
until they're paid.
Until every previous balance is paid.
So what happens
whether
if you
or
don't
not you're on a payment plan or not?
So if you don't have a refund coming back, do they still
you owe more money,
you
kid?
owe more money. It keeps
tacking on.
You know what's even worse?
On interest.
Not tax. So if he owed $10,000 at the time that he went to file his next year's taxes, and he owes another $4,000, that's $14,000 plus more interest.
Oh, so
it's
he's
like
gonna
this.
owe from the year past,
Yeah.
plus the year after
Yeah.
April 15th.
Yep.
You know what's even crazier too? If he did the right thing, he fixed his
Right.
penance. So now his income, unless he obtained a raise, his income now goes down because now he's getting taxed correctly. So his income went down.
Well, his income stays the same. His take home,
His take home, what he's seen
Gets garnered.
No, it's lower.
it's lower because he's actually having the taxes taken out correctly now.
Correctly.
Oh, so the IRS is automatically
No.
No. His employer.
His employer.
His employer. So he went to his employer and said, "Hey, I owed money at the end of the year. Can you do single zero so I can pay all my taxes up front?"
Okay.
Now instead of him coming home with $2,000 every 2 weeks, he's coming home with
a lot less.
$1,400 every 2 weeks. So that hurts too because now he loses his car.
But that's something that he has to do with his employer, right?
Correct.
He
Yeah,
has to set that up with his
On his
employer.
W-
And how you do that is on your W-4. So that was one of the next things that we're going to get into is the W-4 process, right? I'm going to make this shit very, very simple, okay? For everybody listening, you could have 66 kids, 11 wives, and 44 horses on your tax return.
Headache.
Understand that you still have to pay the same tax responsibility as the next person. The only difference is you're going to get some breaks called deductions, standard deductions, okay? Now, let me make that a little more sense. If you go ahead and owe, let's say $10,000. Me and you made the same, me and you the same height, me and you live in the same building, me and you are the same, fucking same.
We twins.
We work at the same hospital, same job, do the same. We have the same salary, but I got a refund and you didn't. The only difference is I may have a kid.
Okay.
Okay,
Or 10.
right. So let me tell you how to fill out your W-4 for whether you have 11 horses or not, 11 kids or not, or if you're single zero and you adopted a snail. Like, bro,
Same shit.
your W-4, you're gonna fill single. All right.
Okay.
And where it says take each dependent and times it by 2,000, let me make this real clear for you. For the rest of your life until you meet Jesus, or if you were the devil on earth and you got to meet him one day, you're going to put single zero down the board. What that guarantees is that you're going to pay all your full tax responsibility up front and you will never owe at the end of the year and you will always get a refund. If you're on W-2. Okay? Now, how you get more money like that, let's say you purchase a house. Now your standard deduction, now lowered your taxable income, now you get more of a refund. Let's say you was horny one year. You had a kid.
Or 2.
Or 2. Or fucking 3. We know a couple. All right?
In one shot.
Guess what? Now you got more of a refund. But here's the key to this, and I always stated this to my clients when I was filing taxes hard. You want I'm not thinking like that. I'm not thinking.
It's wild.
I'm not thinking. When I was
That was worse than my mic down.
when I was filing taxes hard. Wow, I didn't catch that.
You shouldn't talk anymore.
All right, so look it. When I was filing a lot of taxes, right, I will always tell my clients, you want to start off in the green with the IRS so that any deductions after that will get you more green. If you start off red at the time of taxes, then any deductions will just get you
Kinda
green.
even out, right?
Exactly. So you want to start off green. How you start off green with the IRS every year is by doing single zero on your W-4. Okay? Single zero. Now, a lot of people go, hey, but I'm married. And?
Don't I get something for that?
No. You ready? You ready? The funniest one. I'm married. I should pay less than him. Nope.
No, you're married. You're both.
You're married. You still got to pay the same tax responsibility, but what the IRS has given you is a larger standard deduction, which lowers your taxable income compared to Joe Schmo. You're still paying the same amount of taxes, But based on your standard deduction that the IRS gives you, I think it's 24,000 or 25 now.
It comes down to, honestly,
They change it every year, but it goes higher and higher every year.
It's 24,600.
And then based on your kids, right? So the standard deduction for a married couple is 24,000. For each dependent, I think it's $6,000, right? So now you're horny, you're married. You went ahead, got, married. That's 24,000 you get off of your income. Ready? You $100,000. $100,000 minus 24,000, you're now being taxed on $74,000. Well, 76,000. Now you have a kid. Now you're only getting taxed on 70,000. Now you went ahead 2 more kids.
So the deductions keep adding
Right.
on the tax, on the income.
On the income. So your taxable income is less, but it doesn't mean you weren't responsible to still pay that $14,000 on $100,000. But because your taxable income is less, you get more of a refund back. So you always want to do single, zero, no matter what your situation is. I don't care if you get married, okay? I don't care if you're head of household, because people, oh my God, this fucking infuriates me. But I'm head of household. You don't have no one in your house. Yes, you are the head of your household.
Yeah.
But this head of household, guys, you got to have somebody living with you, or you got to have a non-dependent that you support. Okay? Non-dependent.
Meaning like an older person,
But
a sick
it
uncle.
has to be a child. Has to be your child.
Okay, so it doesn't necessarily have to
So
be.
Ken could be head of his household as long as he could provide proof that he supports someone else that's not his dependent.
Oh, okay.
So in this case, right?
But does it have to
His
be a
child.
kid?
Yeah, it has to be his child. It has
So
to
it
be his
can't-
child.
You can also do a
Yeah.
parent that's
You
like,
could do a parent.
Like
You could do a
somebody
parent.
that's
Yeah.
incapacitated.
yeah,
something
if you
like
if you take care of like your uncle.
There's 2 ways of getting the
parent,
household
grandparent.
deduction, right?
Okay.
The household credit. To have a non-dependent that is a child that he supports,
Okay.
right? Or have a dependent that lives in your household. Okay?
Oh, okay.
But if no one lives in your household and you got nobody to support,
So non-dependent and then a dependent.
independent. But
Okay.
if there's no one that you support, there's no one that lives in your household,
You're basically on your own. Like,
you're fucking single.
You're
just
single.
single. So
Yeah.
you should be filing single. Right?
No, you
Literally.
have to. The system won't even allow you to file head of household because it's waiting for the other person's information.
Okay.
You know how many times I got an argument? No, but my last guy put me head of household all the time.
You always get those.
He lied to you
Yeah.
all the time. Look at your paperwork. It says single. But that's crazy. Yo, bro, it's just you and the roaches. That's it. That's it.
That's it. Roaches have no social.
Yeah.
So they're stuck.
And trust me, I have received.
Roaches?
No, bro. I have received so many people asking, but I got a dog.
Here we go again.
Oh man, we just went over that on life insurance, didn't we, Kenny?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I actually know the client's name. I'm not gonna say that, but I asked the client, right? I said, yeah, when you get a chance, give me the dog social, and then call me back.
No, you didn't.
Everything I love, everything I love, everything I love. She paused for a couple minutes,
Yeah.
a couple seconds, not a couple minutes, and said, wait, but are you being stupid? And that's when I was like, of course, the dog don't got no social. You can't write off your dog. You can't claim your dog.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, everybody's usually looking for so much tax breaks, but the problem is what you
Yeah.
really want to look for is more knowledge on the tax game.
I touched on that on our live earlier today, whereas back to something that you posted that got tons of repost. Spending 3 hours with your tax guy, right?
Yeah, that was like one of my highest. I think it
it's-
got shared like 100 times.
I say this
Yeah,
I say this all the time. I spend more money. Sorry, I spend more time.
I knew it.
I spend
knew
more
it.
time.
I spend more money on Pornhub than what I do.
Yeah, I spend more money.
Buy that
Fuck.
time forward.
Buy that Pornhub forward.
Yo, I spend more time with my, especially my business clients, than I do actually doing the software and the actual tax
Yeah.
part. Reason for is one, let's talk about what's your future plans, what's going on with your business, your cash flow, what are you looking to reinvest. All that is important so that when I actually sit down and start doing the actual
Work.
understand we're now working with a purpose. There's a plan, there's goals. And that's the difference between some of my clients, properly, elevating their business from $300,000, $400,000 to $1 million, because now they're working with some type of organization.
Trajectory,
Right.
Of course, it's tax planning. This right now is tax planning season. I get on calls, I jump on Zooms. So the importance of spending an hour, worst case scenario, just if you're just with your tax person, and also finding a tax person that's willing to spend 15 minutes speaking with you.
And just talking a little bit more about the post that John had up, man, it hit me hard too, because I figured it's 3 hours, it's 365 days in the year. I mean, if you take out Saturdays and Sundays, you might have, still 300. So I asked myself, okay, well, 3 hours, when is the best time to really get up with your tax preparer and start talking about, taxes?
I would say now. I say once the majority of the year is completed, you're gonna know pretty much how much you really made.
Fourth quarter.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Hit them up. Hey, can we get?
So fourth quarter starts in September, no?
September,
Yeah,
October.
September. Hit up your tax guy, or your professional, female, male, whatever.
And if you don't have a tax preparer,
Don't go to H&R Block. Go to Truthful Taxes. Period.
let's go champ.
Yeah, that's our in-house girl, Amanda. She actually is she's in charge of our I would say auditing department.
Oh man, she's
But
the
not
Internal.
no for billing though, for billing.
billing. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
it's important to take your time. I would like to speak to all my clients. You could call me anytime. Reason for it is the more I get to know what you're doing, what you're busy doing, what you're looking forward to doing.
You could better plan for them,
Of
no?
course. And just anything else. Ideas. Most of our businesses come from having conversations. You see it.
Mm-hmm.
You see
true.
things form from just even a joke. We could take a joke and turn it into $1 million company.
Yeah, turn it into money.
Right? But that only happens when you're speaking with some type of purpose. Same thing with our clients. Just speak, call. What you have in mind. What are you thinking? What did you see on TikTok that you want to know if it's true or not?
True.
Give me
How
a
many
call.
how many references from social media do you guys get?
He loves them.
I know John is
Yo,
epic
bro.
for that. Like,
It is what it is.
From the 6,000-pound G wagon to much more.
Yo,
Stay tuned too. The new episode's dropping on Sunday, man. That hour and a half episode is good, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. But definitely.
You know what's crazy? I forget how much stuff we actually shoot and how much gems that we actually drop.
Oh man.
That even when I replay it, I'm like, oh shit, this is good. So we had in the house the other day, Paulie, Paulie Maldonado.
yeah, Paulie Maldonado.
He came over, he's hanging out with us, and we all in the living room, and he's watching True Pod episode, and he sits down for no more than fucking 2 minutes. He looks over at True Pod and he's like, oh shit, I didn't know that. No way. He's like, this is good stuff. This is good stuff.
It's good stuff.
And I said, I told you. And then we actually watched the whole episode, and he was locked in. He was like, man, this is really good.
Yeah, no.
Because we drop a lot of bombs and people don't know that.
A neighbor of mine, I was walking the dog. We got a little dog park area, right? And he starts telling me, hey, Alex, man, I just opened up a business. He's a trucker.
Yeah.
And he started asking me about the BIN. And obviously, I've been in school with you guys here. So
Business identification number.
exactly. And that's
there you go.
That's the episode that's dropping on Sunday. So I start to, give him the information basically that I've learned with you guys. And he's like, oh, man, yeah, my cousin, he's, he just graduated from school, but I want him to do this for me. I'm like, listen, go check out the True Pod episode. There's plenty of gems out there. He's like, man, boom, boom, right there. And then he subscribed. He's probably watched all the episodes and is waiting
That's
for
dope.
this one's
That's
coming
dope.
up.
Yeah.
right now.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
But anything else that you have on prepayments?
Prepayments, no, man. Just listen, guys. If you
Key points.
all right.
If you're looking to do an estimated payment with the IRS, key
Yes.
points.
The key point is to make sure that if you're looking to do estimated tax payments, that every dollar that you get in, you put away, I would say safely 40%, because that's between the state and feds, right?
So every dollar.
You got to
40
put away
cents.
40 cents.
Okay.
All right, for every $100, $40, $1,000, $400. All right, then you become programmed. All right, cool. I make $600. You don't make $1,000. You make $600. Now, any estimated tax payments you have is ready to be sent out. All right, you got the money there. So having the key point is making sure you have the money there, or not. If you're gonna use it as, I guess, safety net during the year, make sure it's something that's returnable and you don't blow it. So in this case, you owe 40,000 to the IRS, and you say, "Fuck it, I got it sitting in my bank account. I'm going to the casino."
Oh man.
Whoo,
See, that's when the big mistakes happen right there.
whoo. You know,
All right, so
So-
don't put away at least approximately
Correct.
40% per check,
right?
and don't go do something stupid like go spend money that you're
Correct.
not going to be able to return to the
Or
IRS.
if you're not going to pay it every quarter, try to pay the whole thing in one quarter. Whether it's the second quarter, third quarter, or fourth quarter, try to pay all the quarters in one quarter if you don't want to pay quarterly.
Or do this. I used to do this a lot in when I managed my buildings. Right. One, I would have a escrow account just for taxes. So every month, whatever profit I would take, it's just an extra bill. You have
So the escrow
oil.
account was just the extra IRS.
So what I would do this, some properties will pay quarterly, some
Yeah.
will pay annually, but I had a separate account. So just like I pay, the business rent, the oil, the staff, everything. For every $1,000, I will put $400 into the escrow account. Quarterly, the money will come out, right? So I would it would never be any issues as far as owing money to the IRS. You paid the IRS just like you paid every single bill, your car, your phone, everything else.
And here's the cool thing.
That's for
all right?
business. For
And this
business
is what I
owners.
actually forgot to mention as a key point. Let's say you made $20,000 in estimated tax payments, as we said, $5,000 each quarter.
Mhm.
But when I go file your taxes, after all your deductions and credits and kids and all your little fucking subscriptions that are legal, hopefully,
yeah.
let's say he only owed $12,000. Well, guess what? Guess what happens, Al?
I mean, you're paying less, no?
He's supposed to pay less, but even though he paid more, you know what happens? IRS sends him a check for $8,000
Oh, so okay.
because he already prepaid more than what he was supposed to pay.
Okay, so after the
You ever heard
deductions-
of Mr. Kanye West receiving $100 million refund
From the IRS.
from the IRS?
So that's what that is.
I'll tell you what happened. He caught a big check that year, and his accountant said, "I highly suggest you send XYZ to the IRS off the top." I think this is when he first did with Adidas.
Yes.
When he first did the deal
Who
with
he's
Adidas.
no longer with.
Yeah.
Long conversation.
Yeah, I think it's a bigger play, but
I do too,
yeah.
man.
But long story short, he overpaid. So he received $100 million refund.
Wow, man, you get God to get $100 million refund.
It's
paid
not
all-
It's
really
big
a
numbers.
refund though, guys.
It's
It's
his
just
own
money
money.
back.
It's his own money paid back, right? So he
paid
overpaid.
He overpaid. Well, you do know what a refund is, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's called an overpayment.
That's
There's
it.
nothing.
Yeah, because you're just getting deductions.
No,
Yeah.
it's an overpayment, bro.
Yeah, it's overpayment.
So-
I never
so-
looked at it.
So your
It's
refund.
called an overpayment.
So for those that, once again,
So
novice.
snap.
So your
That's
money.
just
So,
crazy.
so check this out.
People swear, right? I get $15,000 refunds.
No, that's your money.
That's your money. You
that
just
is-
overpaid,
I
bro.
never looked at it that way.
Look at it this way.
That's
Say,
the-
let's start with
It was your money on your paycheck.
yeah. It's your money.
You just overpaid, so you give it.
Wow.
All we did was get.
Al got fooled the
I
last
got-
30
no,
years.
The last 30 years, I'm like, yo, I'm
It's your
getting
money.
this extra. It's my money.
No, no. It's just a good way of them being able to take the money, and you think that, oh shit, I look forward to the end of the year. What you just did was take your paychecks in small increments, save it every single week, and get it back at the end of the year as an overpayment.
And all I did as your tax guy was find the credits that belong to you
To get more of an overpayment.
to get more of an overpayment.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's just a bit different perspective, different loop to look through, bro.
Yeah, man.
That's it.
It's a business, guys.
It's a business.
And all we're here for, back to the conversation, all we're here for is to show you how to get more money back or
Yeah.
less. At
How
the
to
end of the year.
manage that,
How to
right?
manage that.
100%.
Manage perspective, manage whatever it is, just to help you, give you this information. So at the end of the year, you see it as, how can I get my money back?
Okay.
So estimated tax payments, how to fill out the W-4, straight single, 0. I don't care if you're married 10 times, 11 kids, 6 horses, and 3 ducks. You're totally good. Single, 0, down the board. You'll never run into IRS problems ever in your life. I have fixed hundreds of people's situations, if not thousands, by simply telling them, listen, you want to work with me? You want a refund for the rest of your life and never have IRS problems? When you go to work, single zero, okay? If you owe a bill at the end of the year at single zero, I'll pay your bill. You know what happens, right? They don't owe a bill.
Nobody owes a bill. Okay.
All right? They don't owe a bill. And then they go, wow, you say that's like, no, you fucking listen. You filled it out single zero. Stop listening to the fucking assistant mail carrier who told you, you can get more of a paycheck.
It's very important to talk to a professional tax preparer.
100%.
It's very important.
Very. Well,
because I know sometimes you can get misinformation from family, friends. Even
sometimes,
even inadvertently, like you might just be listening into something and you think it applies.
All right, so watch this. If I'm sitting next to you right now, Alex, right, and you're new to the job, hey Al, me and you get paid the same. We got the same job, man. Yeah, I get net 2,000, and you're gonna go, huh? What do you mean? I get 1,600. I thought we get paid the same. Yo, I got the trick, bro.
I got the trick.
The W-4, right? Online, right? You know where you see your paycheck? Pone cuatro.
Oh, man.
Right? Y pone Mari. Mari cuatro. And you get more of a paycheck. And you know what happens? Al now sees 2,000 a week, so Al's hype. He's like, yo, I get 2,000. I'm going to go buy that car now a month. You don't know that he's negative 400 every 2 weeks times 26 weeks. 400 times 26, you fucking 92. Right?
It's 10,400.
Oh, 10,004?
Yeah.
You owe the IRS 10,400.
Yeah. And you know what, too? The ones that like to play that game.
And he's going to go, oh, Bobby, yeah, you owe. The reason why I don't owe is because I got 4 kids in 3 houses. That's why I don't owe at the end of the year.
He's going to have to get on that 72 months payment plan.
There you go. Perfect.
$144.
There you go. This
guy.
My guy. There you go.
Or we have the ones that like to play the game. So look, I figured this out. So I do the same thing for 6 months.
Oh man, yeah.
And then I'm looking at their paper. Oh, okay, cool, 6 months, but this is looking kind of weird. What happened is I forgot to change it, so I actually did it for the whole year.
Yeah, they be lying, bro.
Oh man.
This pod is almost over. This episode's over. But don't you think tax clients are the most forgetful people you ever deal with?
Listen.
I forgot.
Everybody who owes money forgets.
I forgot.
All right,
I forgot.
And the only reason, though,
well, maybe they want to forget, right?
Most forgetful.
No. It's because they have the opportunity to forget. But if the IRS said, if you change that, I'm cutting your hands off tomorrow, everybody will pay taxes on time. Yeah, do you understand? It's because the IRS gives the option for you to do that it's a problem. But if I don't let you do that from the top, because I say, if your shit is not paid in full every month, you're going to go to jail for 17 years.
Fudge.
It really depends on the harshness of the act.
Exactly, yeah.
So because there's no real trouble, but hey, go on a payment plan, well, that's why you get IRS problems. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But even if you have those managing ways, you could call it, I guess, you could always manage your situation. There has to be discipline in what you're doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Number one.
Like you said before, any monies you're not able to return, you're going to be in trouble.
You're going to be in trouble.
So, and I was going to bring this up, and we're about to wrap this episode, but you have this question after you finish your client, and hey, John, I know I owe $20,000. What do you recommend? The number one thing I tell my clients is I recommend you pay this in full.
If they're able, right?
If you're able.
Yeah.
Or go on a payment plan.
Mm-hmm.
The reason for it is this. Are you disciplined enough? Do you have the discipline to pay your taxes at the end of the year? Most get in trouble.
Yeah.
They mismanage their money, they misuse their money.
Yeah.
So I recommend they pay in full because I don't know how disciplined or what's going on personally that they're going to go ahead and pay this in full. I know John does. Yeah. I know when he did, he always pay in full. I know tons of clients that are disciplined. We're grabbing, $100,000, $200,000 and paying in full at the end of the year. Mm-hmm. But for majority of my clients, I personally recommend you pay either quarterly or pay in full or get on a payment plan because I just don't know how disciplined you are to catch in.
For me, with my clients, I ask them what their situation, right?
Yeah, because I figured.
So I go, listen, are you broke? You just lost your job? All right, cool, and you can't pay your rent, but you got $15,000 sitting, and you owe, $8,000 to the IRS.
And let me just cut you off real quickly, John, because the more you talk like that, is like, we have this stigma of a tax preparer. You walk into this office, just punching in numbers, and then you walk away with a bill of whatever they charge you, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people that I've known that gone to tax preparation people, and they don't know too much about taxes. They don't have these conversations that you are talking about, and how much more
you want to know how
you
want to know how we grew to 200 and some odd locations, hopefully 250 by December 31st with like 25,000
I figure
clients.
Like this, man.
You want to know?
You want to know? You don't know me from a can of paint.
You really want to know?
I do.
What the fuck we're doing? All I'm doing is educating you. So what happens? People geared towards education. One of the highest sold practices every year with loans is the educational space. They fund the most. People want to learn
information.
So when I'm teaching you, you get gravitated. When it has to do about money and your money, you're stuck. That's how you grow. Okay? Let me lead that to what I'm saying. Most tax preparers, you know what they do? They do the job 10 minutes. All right, take care, bye.
Yeah, that's what
you know why? I get paid the same for 10 minutes or 1 hour.
Yeah.
If you want to hurry up, close the person out, get a lot of clients, get the fuck out, you do them in 10 minutes. Try not to talk to them too much.
Yeah, I haven't seen that here in Truthful Taxes, man. You guys are really like
we be having full-blown conversations. You know why? Because you have to understand the mechanism to this. If I inform you, enlighten you, I get a referral. Watch this. The more I inform you, enlighten you, the more referrals. But watch this. Now, Kenneth actually calls me less because he has information, and now he doesn't need to call me as much because he knows his tax situation. But I still get his referrals. Yeah. And when you do that, you get literally compound growth.
And that's how you guys.
But when you in and out like this, watch this. Yeah, all right, bye. It's all done. You owe $4,400.
Yeah.
Oh, why? What happens is Alex speaks to me one day, and he goes, yo, my tax preparer never told me this.
Yeah,
and you know what happens? You become my client now.
Yeah, I mean, because in the story that you were leading into, and the way you're asking these questions, everything's tailored to your client, right? Because one client might be well off, one kid, the other client might not be well off, 5 kids. So everything is, I guess, tailored towards your client, and that's great. I'm so happy to be a part of this tax partnership, man. I really am.
Appreciate it.
You're super welcome.
You know, part of the growth of my clientele comes from I'm not focused on quantity. Yes, that's how I make my money. Like you said, the same guy that does it in 10 minutes makes the same money I do doing it in an hour, right? It's more tiered to the relationships.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer building a relationship with each client, right? Not all is going to take up an hour of my time. Some don't even want to speak. They want the in and out, right? They have other shit to do. Yeah. But then there's those that want to learn. And what happens is the more they learn, next year, the less they got to talk to you.
Yep.
That's true.
Right? But the person that they referred now needs this conversation, right? So I'd say all the time, I put it on my posts on all my pages, I spend more time having conversations with my clients than I actually do on the software.
On the software.
And what I get from that is seeing them grow, seeing their business succeed.
Yep.
And I know I planted a seed in there. I was part of that, just a little bit.
What you're essentially doing is planting a permanent revenue source for you.
Mm-hmm.
And how you do that? You simply help people. Help people by not being greedy, providing more time. When you provide more time, you get more referrals. When you provide more referrals, you get more money. When you get more money, you fucking live a little different.
Let's go, champ.
That's it.
Let's go.
Listen.
All right, man. Listen, guys, we're going to wrap it up. This was an episode on estimated tax payments.
When I used to do taxes hard.
Oh! Well, I'm going to mic you down.
Nah, chill.
John is a wild boy.
We had a whole bunch of pauses today. Thank you for checking us out here in Garfield, New Jersey. True Pod Studios with yours truly, Jonathan Hernandez, Kenneth George.
Later, man.
We're out of here. And the
Peace
man
out.
himself behind the camera.
My man, Oz. Turn
The
around. Oz,
infamous
turn around.
Oz.
Turn around. The camera, bro. Turn the whole shit around. Yeah.
All right.
There you go.
All right, guys. We're out of here, man.
All right, man.
Just don't provoke me, cause I don't need no cellmates. I'm in a 2-seat, doing drops like a mailman. This ain't no hoopty ass, she riding, she's a hell yeah. No, I won't lose sleep about no pussy, I'm like farewell. Yeah. I'm outside. I know how it feel to see your homie switch sides. I know how to put that Rolls Royce shit in drive. I know how to load a clip and shoot, we gotta ride. You ain't gotta lie to me, baby, no. You know it's a vibe every time we catch him off sides, he won't make it, no. Money on my mind, I can't get it all. I've been